So good morning to all of you. We are going to start our session now. So may I request Dr. Suraj, Shailendraji, Horeko and Dr. Subrat to come up the stage. Yeah. So good morning to all of you. We are going to start our session. This is the session called Sustainable Education, a role of universities, colleges and schools. So I have with me the panel of people, Dr. Suraj Tripathi, who is a professor in KIIT University, Bhubaneswar. Ms. Hiroko, she is assistant professor in University of Japan. Shailendraji, she is a principal of ODM School, Bhubaneswar. Dr. Subrat Paningrai, he is principal of Saraswati Degree Vidya Mandir, Berhampur, Odisha. So I think before starting the program, you all have joined the program of plenary yesterday and today. The whole purpose of the workshop on sustainable education or sustainability. There are a lot of activities coming on the sustainability, and all of must be knowing the government of India has made mandatory for all the industries, institutions and other organizations to be a sustainable sufficient. And sustainability education, particularly for the educational institutions, how they will be. So that will be the discussion point today. And if you have any question, you can ask. And moreover, whatever the yesterday plenary you had, all the people, how to make our planet a beautiful planet and keeping the environmental issues in the mind. There are a lot of environmental degradation is going on whole world, and almost all people throughout the world are thinking about the environment. Not only us, but even the big cities, big corporate houses, they all are thinking about the environment. And there is a ESG, GSR, so many things are there. And many rules, regulations are there, the EPR, and new activities are there. That is a different issue. But how we can make our education a sustainable education model in our institutions, that is will be our talk. And let me first invite Professor Suraj to begin with university level, then we can come to the school level. So Professor Suraj, if you can have your talk on this. Each panel we have around 8 to 10 minutes, and then we will have a question answer session.
Namaskar and good morning to all of you. Thank you. I will say that in fact I am in a position here not to deliberate, but rather to learn from most of you, because you people are from the diverse background, and maybe your opinion will be very, very important for us as a university professor or teachers, that how we can induce this sustainability education to our students. From a university perspective, we are going through a rapid and you can say a very strong changes we are facing, or you can say that we are in the middle of the change or the transformation. University education, not only in India, globally, is going through a transformation where they are trying to understand their relevance, because nowadays universities are not only the place where the knowledge is being shared or imparted, rather you have to consider the employment opportunity for the student. You have to treat your student as the future technicians, engineers, scientists, maybe a policymaker. So I think that we have to consider holistically how we can engage our stakeholders in a way that it will realize their dreams, but also it will realize the way they are trying to transform the environment, the sustainable practices, and also industry. I will focus on 4 points which are very, very important. That's my experience, or you can say that's my view. I would be happy to take criticism on these views. I'm practically open to that. The first very important point is, when we say we are university, we have to consider a point where we have to close the loop. When we say sustainability, when we say environmental awareness, when we say environmental protection, the polluters and the people who are going to reduce the pollution have to come together. Doesn't matter how we push or how strong we will push, we also have to consider the industrialization of the India. That's the reality. We have to give employment to our people. We have to take care of their dreams. So industrialization is in reality. And if industrialization is coming, it will come with its own impact. It will increase the carbon footprint. It will increase the pollution. We can't just stop it. Even agricultural sector, they are one of the greatest polluter. So we can't just stop the practices that those are being practiced today. So what's the solution? Instead of completely shying away from them or just trying to say that you are polluting it, it's more important to engage ourselves with these people, industries, agriculturals, aquaculture industries, and to find solutions which could be implementable, which could be doable. So I will say that then those industries will be very happy to come together with us and they will support us. So I'm talking this from my experience for past 25 years working with the different industries on the waste management practices, right? This is my first point. The second one is the training the trainers. Even at this stage, when we say that we boast that we are professors, we are teachers, we have a lot of experiences, even I feel that we do not have a holistic picture in our mind. When we say environment and the sustainability, we only see a part of it. We still at this point are not completely trained to deliver or completely trained to understand the whole scenario. At least I'm not trained. I should accept that I'm not trained. So a concept of training the trainer should be a focal point so that it can increase the stakeholders' participation. That's the second important I can say point from me. Third important point is the project-based learning. That we have got a lot of success. In our university, we have implemented the project-based learning, which is a part of the outcome-based education system. So when we are bringing these industries, when we are engaging with the industries to solve their problem, to work together with them, many times, actual innovation is coming from the students, undergraduate students, master students, because their minds are fresh. They are fresh blood. Our minds are at a professor level or a teacher level, our minds are quite occupied with preoccupied ideas. We have our fixed ideas. So many times we fail to see the innovation that can really bring change. Rather, our students, I will say that sometimes much more practical and who actually help us to solve the issues for different industries. So maybe a project-based learning at the grassroots level will increase our ability and our scope to tackle this problem. That's just another point from me. And the final point is the policy making. At university level, at the school level, maybe college level, we talk a lot about environmental education. We also talk about sustainability. We also talk about environmental pollution control and remediation. Those things are fine. But we lack information and we lack sensitization about the policy making. For example, if you ask me, even I am working in the environmental engineering aspect for past 25 years, I do not have the clarity about all the policies which are being implemented or which are coming in future. So if we can extend this type of training to the trainers and to the students, that will be a brilliant idea, because our students are entering into the industries. So if they have that idea, they have that concept in their mind, then maybe they will bring a change in the industries at a very grassroots level. Because our output is industry's input from the HR perspective, human resource perspective. that is also true for the schools. Schools' output is our university's input, and university's output will be input for the industry. And they are the people who will actually bring changes. So maybe if we can work holistically together to somehow induce these ideas to our students, to our stakeholders, then down the line, the changes will not be immediate or spontaneous, but the down the line, it will bring a strong and a holistic change. That's my view. So thank you. With this, I would like to conclude my point, and I'm open for any criticism or suggestion, anything. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Suraj. I think he has very valid point. One is the capacity building. Many times what happens, I am a teacher, what subject I teach, that is my domain, and I never think of the campus greening, waste management, electricity saving, water saving. They say it is not my job. I think that is very, very important in many campuses when we go and ask them, why? No, my duty is to teach the students, and I over my job. I have taught the students and my job is over. But if as a eco-friendly citizen or as a sustainability career, you have to do something for your campus, for your home, for your community, for your city, wherever you are there. So I think that part is very important, the capacity building. Another one is the training of the policies. You know, there are a lot of policies are there of the government. It is not reached to the public. My experience, I says, there are lot many of rules, environmental rules change day by day. So I had been to one college. When I asked the teacher, he say, जो किताब में लिखा है हम पढ़ा देते हैं, हमें पता नहीं कौन सा रूल क्या हुआ है क्या नहीं है. तो अपडेशन ऑफ द रूल्स रेगुलेशंस एंड पार्ट ऑफ जो जॉब है, दैट इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द टीचर्स. सो आई थिंक दैट विल बी टेकिंग केयर ऑफ. एंड I invite Dr. Shankar Narayan Base to the stage. He is also principal in a government school. Please come. So next, I request Hiroko, because we have first complete the university part, then we'll come to college and school part. So Hiroko, she is from Japan, and give your introduction, and please tell what is in your area and how you feel the university, how it will roll on this.
Okay, first of all, thank you for this grateful opportunity. And I have been working with the local schools and the teachers for many years in the scope of ESD. So before I start, I have to explain some situation about the Japanese schools. In Japan, we have been installing the idea of the community schools for a longer time. What about the India? Do you have the concept of the community school or community managed school?
Yes, we have.
You do? Yeah, I guess it's similar to yours, but mine are more like the community people comes to school and they work with the teachers, and the community partners support the students' growth. Is that similar to yours too? Or maybe a little bit different? That it's different, right? We introduced this idea of a community school from US, but we converted it into the kind of Japanese version. So in the older times, we have the idea of the community engagement with the schools. And based on this school, the idea, the Japanese government, when they introduced ESD, Education for Sustainable Development, to Japan for the first time, they designated the schools should be the regional center to promote ESD. So this is a new role of the schools in Japan to promote sustainability education for all. Then they started to support the application for ASP.NET, that is UNESCO associated schools, to do the practice in regard of the UNESCO's ideal that the war begins with the human mind, so we have to create the defense in our mind, in our mindset. So we have many UNESCO schools, especially in Okayama. And my university role is to support their application, but not only their application, but also their practices of ESG at schools. But how? When teachers are not educated by ESD, how they can do ESD at schools. I know many passionate teachers at schools. They want to do many eco-friendly activities or maybe greening the campus campaigns, but they tend to be standing alone because I'm not sure about the Indian situation, but in Japan, schools are very competitive. What about that? Very academic centered, and they're competitive because they want to go to the good universities in the end. So as a university teacher, what we do is to support their collaboration among the schools, not compete to each other. We have many competitions, but at the same time, we need to collaborate. So each school tends to hold their outcomes or their initiatives inside the schools. But what we do is to open up their initiatives to other schools. And they can learn from each other. They teach each other. The students from different schools can teach their project outcomes to other schools. So like this morning, we saw many good projects, right? And their awardees are wonderful. But what happens if they collaborate together? This is what we do in Okayama University. So we try to do have a certain kind of award and competitions, but at the same time, we get together and we help the teachers and students teach each other about their insights and outcomes. That makes a great benefit to each other in the end. As I told you last night, 1 step by 100% is better than 100 steps by 1 person. This idea applies to this kind of supportive attitude of our university. How many people in India? If all the people or all the students, good students, take 1 step, I think the impact is huge to the earth, right? So in that sense, I try to encourage the teachers to collaborate with other schools. But not just collaborate, but in the scope of ESD, we provide academic advices. What is ESD and what is sustainability education? We give lectures to the teachers and we do training for the teachers so many times. And we have to repeat it. Because in Japan, the teachers often transfer to other schools every maybe 4 or 5 years. That is also kind of a disturb for continuation of the project. But we try to keep training every year. So for example, I go to one school every April. It's the beginning of the school year to do the same lectures. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? I have been doing this for maybe more than 10 years, but it's still important for them. So in this way, I believe in the one teacher can make a huge impact on the arts. What about your teachers in your childhood? What does she or he meant to you? It's meant a lot to you, right? You spend every day many hours with one teacher. This one teacher's behavior impacts the children, every children in every field and different fields, right? So I believe myself that I have to make a huge impact on the teacher to be students too. So I sent my students to this network to support these activities too. This is what we do. I try to make it very simple. So that's all. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I think she has highlighted 2-3 things in Japan schools. I had been to Japan many schools because we had a program, Delhi and Fukuoka, twin city programs. I have taken around 30 teachers from Delhi and many students to Fukuoka. So when we visited Japan schools, their approach is whole school approach. What she told about the sustainable school or sustainable college, what we not find in our country. If a school teacher is working on eco club or environment, I think she is alone. She is not getting or he is not getting the cooperation from the other places. I've been to many schools because we have 2,000 schools in Delhi colleges. We organize this program on sustainability, environment. So many schools, the teacher alone says, sir, nobody is cooperating with me. Nobody is bothered about the environment. Nobody is planting a tree. What to do? So government is different. Government is giving the guidelines. You can do this, do that, that. But unless until you have an individual approach and a community approach. What she told in Japan is very good in community colleges. The community come forward to the colleges, they plant the trees, they segregate the waste. You will be surprised to know the old age people, they segregate waste at Japan. Early morning, the waste collection in one place, and all the senior citizens, they come and they segregate. Whatever money they get, they have a community building, they do party and religion, right?
Yes, yes.
So that was the very good process. And even in school, colleges also, they contact with each other, what they call the whole school approach. So we have to take up the whole school approach. I think the university level also, they are doing this. In our universities also, we can take forward on these things. So thank you, Hiroko, and we'll discuss more on other things also. Yeah. Now we have Dr. Subrat Paningrai. He is a principal in a college, degree college in Odisha. We have our college teachers also here in Delhi who will speak. They will also speak afterwards. So first he will speak about what is the idea and how the school, colleges, the sustainability in their area, and he can also point out on the national perspective. Subrat.
Good morning, everyone. Dr. Sabat and other luminaries in the dais. Friends, those are sitting off the dais. Friends, I would like to say in the college is a middle level. It is not the school, it is not the universities. As per the syllabus of the government, all of you know, since 2-3 years, CBCS system is running in the college level. CBCS means choice-based credit system. As per the system, I would like to say there is a 100 mark paper is there in environmental science. A lot of projects we are doing in the EVS paper to solve the climate crisis and to address these problems. Really, that college level is the launch pad, and students start doing project from the college level. And we are in my college. I would like to say, in my college, we are celebrating different occasions in my college. Suppose, as I would like to say, we are celebrating Wetland Day and Forest Day, World Environment Day, Wildlife Week, like that. So in different celebrations as you do, we attract many students to involve in it. We also giving many projects for the students to conduct in these days. Students also, because college level, students have the maximum energy and they have the anxiety to do the project. We are involving every student. Also, we are organizing different marathons, and students are participating in different marathons. And because practical mark is there, students forcefully, they are interested to do the projects also, because as per new syllabus of the Government of India, it is inducted in this. Project mark is there. Students are getting mark for that. So, student naturally, they involve in all these projects. Recently, I would like to say, we have introduced plantation drive in plantation week in Forest Day also. We have implanted around 400 plants in our nearby playground area. In the plantation drive, local people, local political people, students, faculty members, they have participated in the plantation drive. And also, we told our students, one student, one plant. That policy that we have introduced in our college, one student, one plant. We have given in charge one plant to everyone, all the students. We are having around 600 to 700 students in our graduate level. So we forced every students to put a plant, and they will maintain the plant for 3 years. If a plant is maintained for 3 years, they will put water in it, they will maintain, they will put all the fertilizer in it. If a plant is maintained for 3 years together, around every year we will be having 600 plantations, 600 plants are in our campus. In local also, we have started our drive for plantation in the nearby hill areas. And also we have taken one project, that polythene free drive, which involves students to have polythene free drive in the local market. We inspired the student, we energized the students to take this project. Students also taking interest how to make the area polythene free and use of the bags, cotton bags, paper bags. The drive also very much successful. And very interestingly, since when I met Dr. Sawat since 5 years or 6 years back, sir has inspired us not to use, not to gift the polythene wrappers or any kind of gift in different occasions, in different celebrations. What we have done, since 4 or 5 years, whenever there is a function, there is an occasion, we are giving a plant as a gift for every guest, invited guest. Not we are giving any gift or in polythene wrappers, so that is also one kind of tulsi is a medicinal plant having a lot of medicinal value. In different occasion, we are giving plants, tulsi plants, neem plants, turmeric plants for the invited guests and people, those who are visiting our colleges. So that what interesting thing is that when a person carrying that pot, that plant to his home, he cannot throw or she cannot throw, because tulsi is a very holy plant. So that way we are injecting one mindset to everyone, every invited guest for the plantation drive. Indirectly, we are promoting the green concept in everyone's mind. And ultimately I can say the college age is very age of energy, age of interest. So in college level, students have different ideas for different innovations. So we are promoting students for different kind of innovations. Students also actively involving, because already it is there in our syllabus, and these are the things are doing. Thank you.
So, thank you, Dr. Subrat. I think there are a lot of things are happening, they say, in the environment field, but how the environment sustainability can be transformed to the students. What I can do, we have our very renowned college lecturers here. We'll first take up college, then we'll come to school. So we have Priyambada ma'am from Bharati College, Basanti and Raman sir. So we'll take 3 views of them. Anybody from any college in Delhi? Best. We will take a few, then we'll come to the school level. So Raman sir, just Priyambada ma'am 5 minutes, then we will 5 minutes. Can I have the mic? Priyambada ma'am. These are our Eco Club teachers in colleges, and they educate the students a lot. Raman sir and Madam Basant, they are all there. So, Madam,
thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you, everyone, for enriching the session. Actually, at Delhi University, it is compulsory from the year 2014, and students are learning by different activities. So, we are doing effective learning. We are following effective learning methods, like we are using ICT methods. We are doing field activities, and there are certain from the Delhi government. There is a calendar, environmental calendar. We are celebrating all environmental activities. That is significant days. Students are learning, but their motto is how to get the scores. Practically, they are not learning. Practically, how it will be helpful for the nation, for the society at large. So, actually, whatever we are giving the projects, they are just copying from the internet, any books. So, we know there are so many technologies, they are already discovered in the IIT, many significant laboratories, but the gap is there that the technology is coming after 17 years to the field. So adoption of technology, that is the most required at this moment. So we have to choose particular area with the students. How can we just solve the problems, the local problems, like waste management, like wastewater treatment, like biodiversity loss, any type of soil erosion, soil pollution. So that type of project should be, that means at large they will get the benefits, our society will get the benefits. So learners, that sir was telling that the training for the learners, that is the most required at the at the university level, because there are teachers. Actually, we have a very large syllabus. You have to complete the syllabus, that is the mandate. But the practical thing is missing. Practically, we don't have any environmental lab. So how can we do the practical? So in one day they cannot learn everything. So for that we want some types of, we should just fill up the gap, fill up the bridge, because we are teachers, we know. But the society and the teachers, they should, there should be some platform, there should be something, some discussion like Sava sir is taking. For the first time I am just learning from the Sava sir. So I hope at the end I will learn a lot.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Raman sir, you doing a lot of activities, but you tell us how students can be more effective on the sustainable education.
Good afternoon to all. Just now what Priyamada ma'am said, I endorse to all that. But yes, because particularly my college being the college having arts and commerce as a subject, we don't have a science department. So environmental lab, the demand, that's a really nice thing, because we have a compulsory course, which is more now practical components have been added to it. So if you want to really conduct those practical components, we require some type of a support in a way that maybe the way the paper has been handled has to be changed. So we have a lot of practical component added to that, one. Secondly, the college from 2012, before this paper came in 2014, from 2012 we have an environment society, and really it is taking up a lot of work on field as well as a lot of projects, and I think the students do participate in all the competition which is held in other institutions, as well as they organize a lot of competitions. And one of them that they have a youth conference which is going to be very shortly to be held next month. So the society really takes up a lot of work, and the only thing which I feel is because every time we get, maybe we have about 3,000 students on roll, but then when we conduct an interview for them to join the society, it comes about less than 100 who really take up with some passion that they want to do something. Rest, they are just studying the paper and passing it as an ability enhancement course, so that's a course for them. They just want, not beyond anything. I think if we really inculcate into them the practice of how to really handle different aspects, I think that will be far better. So we have to make some other approach in a way that there is a mass participation into activities where it is environment friendly. So they have to take it up. For that we need to put some different ways to really approach them and get it done. That's one thing which is very important, how to make these students come forward to really adapt those sustainable activities that they need to do.
Thank you, sir. Very valid point. Mass participation. I think that all the teachers should take part, because as I told you, many a times it is think that it is some society job, because people think it is not my job. So I think how to involve the whole school project, whole college project, whole university project, that will be the attraction. Ma'am, I think, ma'am, introduce yourself, ma'am.
Hello, I am Dr. Monica Vij from Miranda House. So agreeing with what Dr. Priyambada and Dr. Raman said already, so we have subjects like EVS and environment related subjects. But Miranda House, as Dr. Raman said, is lucky in a way that we also have humanities, arts and science. So we have a very strong society called Vatavaran within our college, which takes up the entire botany department, in fact, and entire life sciences, that is botany, zoology. They combine together and they have a very strong department called, society called Vatavaran, and they keep taking various projects to ensure that the college remains environmentally very sustainable. Besides that, we are lucky that we have a paper recycling plant. So we are a zero paper waste campus. Whatever paper generates in the college gets recycled, and all the folders, and for all our conferences and everything, we have our own folders, our own paper bags. So we have our own paper which is made. Besides this, we also have a composting unit. So whatever waste is there in the college again gets converted into compost, and all our lawns are, for the fertilizers and for various other things requirements, we are using our own compost. So Miranda House kind of becomes a zero waste campus. Besides that, we have a residential hostel also, around 300 students. So we have solar power. So our entire campus is solar power generated. So somehow, the entire college is geared towards this kind of awareness, and we are lucky that these students, mostly it's a girls' college probably, I don't know, girls are a little more empowered and a little more aware towards, they're a little more, yes, they are a little more responsible, I would say. I have a little gender bias to that. So, so they take up these activities very seriously. Like I would just give an example. These days we have elections going on, DUSU elections going on in the campus. So there's a lot of paper wastage and paper. So today itself, Vatavaran Society in our college is organizing a cleanliness drive all around the roads near the college, so that whatever paper waste has been thrown by various political parties propagating their election manifestos and all those things. So Miranda House girls will go and they will clean up the entire college and the neighboring area around the college. So that is one thing. And we also have a CESDEM center, that is Center for Science and Disaster Education Management. So we try that we hold many centers and clubs like this, whereby we involve more and more students and take them to neighboring live project areas where they can get a field level experience. But yes, of course, all said, besides that, we are a no plastic campus. So we keep having photo shootouts where, all the probably one class will shoot a picture that we are not using any plastic cups. Everybody carries their own cups. Even the teachers in the departments, they will not be using other mugs, plastic cups. It's a plastic-free campus. So we try whatever way we can, every department in the college, we have 18 departments. Every department tries in their best way to gear up towards this sustainability and environment education. But all said and done, whatever we do is just one step towards it. There are many more steps which need to be taken. Of course, switching off the lights and fans after every student has vacated, that habit we have not been able to inculcate. Puri class nikal jati and the fans and lights are still on. So that's a very basic thing, but we've not been able to. We are trying one step at a time. But yes, probably what Dr. Hiroko said, that 100 people are taking one step each in our college. So we are very lucky that way. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I think very nice things you did. I had been to your college many times, and they are doing a lot of activities from very beginning. The teachers are very good, students are very good, and a lot of activities they do. But thing is that how the behavioral change, what I say, that is the fan, light, everybody student mind, even at home also. Many times when you do this activity, many students come to me and they say, अगर लाइट बंद करते मेरा पापा डांटते हैं, क्या हम इतना गरीब है लाइट क्यों बंद कर देते हो? So these are the mindset. I mean, we have to change on these things. So Dr. Basant, Daulatraam College, few words about what thing. We will take students' view also after the things, and we'll. Yeah.
So, hello, good afternoon to all. I am Dr. Basant Kumar Das from Daulatraam College, University of Delhi. Actually, the concern that is just raised, the students are nowadays more empowered than us. They are the young generation. They can restore the loss that is to the environment, because we have a habit that yes, we are in the old habit. Suppose the room is dirty and we are living in that room, we have no issue. But this young generation, they are renewing their abilities. They are learning every day new technique, how to do everything in a short while. Second thing, as Madam told just in the Miranda House, the similar case is with us also. We have a recycling plant, paper recycling. Our campus is to a zero paper waste plant, college. And another one, the whole plant, those trees, they are placed in our campus, they are all mapped. Second thing, another one is just like biocompost, the trees, the leaves, those they are waste. Similar to this, I think the most of the campus colleges, they are having the same facilities that it can be recycled or that can be used as a compost for this purpose. One of the most important thing is that in Delhi University, recently there was one news that the degree will be integrated with the plantation of a tree. Suppose you are having a master's degree and you scored 99% in the exams, still a degree will not be provided to you. And there is a plan that you have to plant a tree, and every year, suppose you have completed it in 2 years. During these 2 years, the plant that you will put, suppose in the rural village, in your childhood village, at the same plant will be mapped with GPS. So that suppose in the first year, after the first year, it will be again resubmitted with the GPS system, so that the growth of the plant and the liability of the plant will be evaluated. That is a most important case. I think it is going on, and it will be very much important, implemented very soon in a large scale too. And this is our university, Delhi University, the premier one in the world. There is no university in the world that it has been implemented, or it is going to be implemented in large scale. So, another one thing in our college too, Vasundhara organization is there. The students of across the disciplines, they are involved in this and taking all the steps how to maintain the environment free and fair. And another one example we have, recently in our annual fest, some vendors were there, they are using some polythenes. And we, just after the 2 days, we made a huge amount of fine among them, because earlier the instruction was given to them, do not use any polythene bag in the campus. But still they use. And after that, we made a fine of 2,000 rupees on them, because you violated the rule. That is why our campus is so much sensitive to the environment. And regarding students, suppose I was taking a class of ICSE, that's environmental science. Their sustainable development goals we are studying, and the students are forced to do the product rather than just going through the internet and getting the information. No, that is easily available, any student can do. Rather, we have asked them, just go to nearby park, there is Jamuna Biodiversity Park, go and visit. What sustainability you can have in your own system, just write it and make a topic to that. This is the submission for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. 2-3 things we have when we are doing the circulars to the students. There is a nature trail. The students can go out. I think many school, colleges, even the syllabus, there is a practical part, nature trail. You can take your students to nature trail, and they can educate whatever they do in the field. So that should be also there. We can include on that this thing. Any college, university lecturer here? Then we will. Okay, please.
Sir, just my one question.
Yeah.
This type of suppose activities. So is it sufficient to solve the problem like water crisis, soil pollution, wastewater generation, river pollution?
No, that is, you are very right. But education must be there. First
Awareness.
you educate. Awareness, education, then I think they will come to us.
But my concern is that how can we solve the local problem?
Okay. We will find out. Ek ma'am, you will tell. Yeah.
Good afternoon, panel, and good afternoon, one and all here. I'm Dr. Vani Parvez, an assistant professor from Chitkara College of Education, Chitkara University. And I'm very proud to share that we are the platinum card holders of the Climate Reality Project India. We have 4 campuses, 2 universities and 2 international schools, and expanding. And we really make a very conscious effort to educate our students about the climate change which is happening. We do celebrate all the days, like we just celebrated the Ozone Day, the Wetlands Day, and all other days that are related to the climate change we do celebrate, as well as we have adopted 10 villages nearby our university, and we educate the villagers as well. We also are, plastic free and paper, very conscious about, not doing waste. We do a waste management. And we are very proud to share that we are really very actively participating and a partner with the Climate Neutrality Project India and South Asia, as well as the Association of Social Workers and Development, and a lot of other organizations we are partnering with. And we are very, very conscious about, making our students aware and, let them grow about, the climate action that we all need to educate upon. And especially we make sure that we educate our students through our curriculum.
Okay.
And along with me is my is Shishika. She is pursuing PhD in in education, and I am very proud to be her research guide. And our study is on global warming, how we can inculcate in the curriculum about educating students about global warming. So that's what our study, and that's why we are here to be a part of this international conference, and very happy to be learning here and as well as networking. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. But very nice. You have participating many, communicating each other in your area. That is good thing. So next we will come to the school. So we have Dr. Sailendra ji from ODM Global School, Bhubaneswar. She will give her thought.
There are some students from colleges.
Yeah, we'll come. We'll come. After we'll come. We'll come to students after complete our. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sabat, and my fellow panel members and worthy audience. Thanks for this great platform and opportunity that we are coming together and sharing many, positive points, what different schools, what different universities and colleges, what kind of practices they are adopting. I feel education is a hope for better future. Education is a, force which can bring changes. What Madam also was sharing, certain challenges, Sir also has shared, Madam also has shared, that there are certain good practices they are falling, but still many challenges are there. And I think the solution to all the challenges is early cultivation of this kind of awareness into our children. The early we start, better we are in a position to resolve all those challenges. So the solution comes from the school side, because colleges and universities, they are taking up, but what major problem they are facing is the mindset, because they are going with a very formed mindset, because we know the major formation of the mind takes place up to the age of 13. Formative years are very, very important, 1 to 6, and then further teenage mindset also becomes very, very important. If sensitization is not happening, things cannot change, because when they go, they are going to the universities and colleges as grown-up kids, and they have their own lifestyle. They wanted to enjoy their life. They have different aspirations, different perspectives of living their lives. So the real education begins at the school level, and not only at the school level, at a very, very young level. And most important is, the key to everything is cultivation of the right habits. As Madam has rightly pointed, though they are taking up so many good initiatives, but people, they are forgetting to switch off the fans and lights, which is a minimum courtesy which everyone should follow. And it means where we are lacking is the cultivation of the habits. Second thing, I was discussing this morning with Sir also, with Suraj Tripathi Sir, that character, though it is not very much right now related, but it is very much interrelated. Character, values and habit formation, these three, unless are not coming together, we cannot see the kind of changes which we wanted to see in our society. Though we are making best of the efforts, as Sir also rightly pointed out, masses are coming and participating, but actual participation is very negligible. It is again because they are not with their heart and mind into the initiative. They are just there for the sake of formality. And in this regard, I would also say, whenever policy makers are making policies related to environment, related to climate change, probably they are not considering the challenges experienced at the ground level. Let's say school teacher, now yesterday whole day I kept attending all the sessions one after the other, so everyone was emphasizing on the importance of integrating this climate change into a regular education. But if we go to the school level, ground reality, as Madam also pointed very rightly, the main challenge is teacher faces completion of the portion. That's a prime focus, because teachers at the end of the year are assessed on their performances in the academic results. These are subsidiary activities which teachers are taking up, but they are not evaluated for these kinds of things. So when evaluation, in the process of evaluation mechanism, we will be giving importance to this also, ki how much teacher is taking interest, how much extra initiative teacher has taken up, what awareness, what extra pathway teacher has generated. This is one. Second thing is, even in the policy, students, though we are engaging student, but again, along with the student comes with the mindset of the parents. Problem in today, our society is the mindset. Parents still, they give a lot of importance to marks. I hope those who are from India, they must be agreeing on the same point. Whether child has done an extra 100 co-curricular activities or not, they are not bothered about. But what is the performance in math, science? Their performance is coming down. Parents will keep coming and reporting to the school because we are experiencing very lively this particular thing. They don't see we are giving a lot of training in robotics. They don't see we give a lot of training in so many things. They're developing problem solving skills. Their creative thinkings are getting enhanced because more the problem they resolve, more they are becoming equipped, because tomorrow is, a time of uncertainty. Due to the advent of latest technologies, AI, we never know what is going to happen tomorrow. So we don't know what we are preparing the children for. So it means, what is the need of the hour? The need of the hour is developing critical thinking, creative thinking in the minds of the children. They should learn how to solve problems. But rather than focusing, we are just focusing on cognitive skills, memorizing, rote learning, putting on the paper, getting marks, parents are happy. So unless we are not involving parents into this initiative, whatever we do, I will not discuss what different practices school should adopt. Of course, we are all aware, following green practices, integrating this into the curriculum, and very, very important is, teacher has to move away from the role of a teacher to a facilitator, because every information and knowledge is available now at a click to the students. So student, in fact, if you give a topic to the student, they can teach better than the teacher also. I'm sorry, please forgive me for this particular. Yeah, so where we need to understand, we need to engage students into more activities, sensitization. For that, you need to save time. See, integration into the curriculum is the only technique. But challenge here is, where teacher faces the problem, teacher comes and keep complaining, I'm not able to complete the portion, that 40-minute, 45-minute period, whatever I'm having. So it means, where major change has to happen is shifting from the role of a teacher to a facilitator, so that you can deliver more, you can engage more. So participation of the student is very, very important, because I think we must remember, one book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. As madam also said very rightly, journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single step. So we have to begin that single step. So many pedagogical changes are required. As Suraj Sabat sir also has mentioned rightly, training of the teacher is very, very important. And training of the teacher is possible only if the mindset of our society changes. Our teachers, they're still very resistant. I, being a principal, when I see my teachers, when we give what the teachers says, they're not able to accept the changes. They are not able. When teachers are changing, do you think they will be able to deliver the best to the children? They will be able to create awareness? No. What they do is, they also take as a formality that I have been instructed, I have to comply. So when they go with that mindset of just complying, they will not be able to sensitize the children, to enable them. First, they should be the part. They should be sensitized why it is important. And this is very, very important. If all the stakeholders, the parent, the student, the teachers, and the policy makers will not come together, because policy maker, unless they will not understand the challenges at the ground level, effective policies cannot be framed. Effective policies cannot be framed. Teacher anyway at the end of the day becomes a struggler. I cite one example. In our school, we focus a lot on leadership qualities also, and we follow a book, the Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So 7 habits, we believe, if these 7 habits we cultivate into the children, they become really successful, and their only character formation starts. And again, the best methodology we are having to cultivate all these is integration into the curriculum. So each topic, they have to map with some good habit. They have to connect each area with some. So now when we are coming here, now we are asking them to integrate their regular academics with leadership qualities. We are asking them to integrate their regular academics with this sensitization on environmental changes also. So teachers are also sometimes losing the motivation. So appreciating, acknowledging the efforts of the student and the teacher is very, very important. Number two, generally what happened now also, we are having some of the students sitting in front of us. Now we are discussing continuously that our fathers, grandparents, they have spoiled everything and now we are at loss particularly. So it also creates a lot of anxiety in the minds of the student. So rather than creating anxiety to our generation, present generation and upcoming generation, why don't we reverse this side and we bring forth in front of them the success stories, that how teachers, they have contributed and became change agents for the society, how students, they have become the change agent for the society. So they feel more motivated. We are discussing the same thing, but rather discussing, we are not left with resources, because it only creates anxiety in the minds and they may not be having a good respect also. We understand, and creating awareness again about environmental crisis, but in a very positive note to the students. And very, very important is ideation. I think government is focusing a lot on innovation, on startup. Why don't we create, students come together, ideate, and go and identify in the community what kind of challenges our community is experiencing, our society is experiencing. They brainstorm together, come up with effective solution to be implemented. And I take one more point from Ma'am, that in Japan, I think what we need to do is, yes, we need to overcome this element of competition with each other, especially the schools. All the schools, they should come together, they should share their best practices, what they are doing in their school, and what kind of challenges. The most important is what kind of challenges they are experiencing in their individual school. When many members come together, brainstorm, they can also devise effective mechanism how to overcome those challenges. And in this, Madam has asked that time, Mr. Sabat, is there a way, like we can, I think at local level, if one eco club, of course each school would be having some kind of eco club, environment, Priyavaran, different names would be there, but I think that's functioning somehow, but may not be effective. Functioning, but may not be effective. To have effective functioning, why not eco clubs of different schools come together, form one group as a, city level, so from where they discuss, brainstorm, and impart instructions to different clubs. And these clubs again should have green ambassadors being appointed at each class and section level. Let's say one section, one green ambassador. So who will be responsible for all the green practices, cultivating green practices in the student? So this way probably, I'm not very sure, but yes, that club again should come in contact with the government authorities where they will propose, this is the thing, but they will go with the solution, because just throwing the problem will not help us. We should brainstorm, come up with effective solution, approach the government authorities, whosoever can resolve our problem. At least we can take an initiative. Probably with the right mindset, people will come in front and help us bring some changes. At least not having anything, starting something would be again appreciated. And with this note, thank you so much for giving this opportunity, but I would urge all the members sitting here, कि whatever learnings we will be having from today's session, not keep the learning with you or for this session. When you will be moving out of this building, out of this door, please make sure we implement into our work at our individual level and at our collective level also, so that this change continues. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, very much for nice things. And you told about the integrating the schools or maybe coming together. I think that is very important. Not only coming together for the local, maybe state level, national level, international level. Now Hiroko is there, we can connect to her in our school, how are they are doing Japan school. Yeah. Now digital world,
yeah, best practices must be shared, then only we can.
Anytime where you can approach, and maybe coming together should be the great approach. Next we are coming to Dr. Bej, who is a principal in a government school. maybe he can light up, and he is the Eco Club coordinator for a total district. Many schools he is looking after, so he can share how the sustainable practices in schools may be implemented.
Namaskar. At the outset, I extend my hearty thanks to Dr. Sabath, who is very openly guiding me and also give opportunity to attend sometimes this type of programs. As you know, students are the future citizens. Dr. Radhakrishnan rightly said, the destiny of a country is being separated classroom. If the students will be aware, then naturally, automatically, the nation will be built up. Secondly, Dr. Shankar Pillai, one of the greatest philosophers of the India, who said, never put manure at the top of the tree, but at the base. We could make the world really better if we took interest in the children. Because they are the students, that if the teachers will mold them, as you mold them, they will be shaped like this. So if the students will be aware from their, from very beginning, I think they will better understand the future, shape of the future. So in 2001, the NGC, National Green Corps, was formed in India under the able guidance of the then Prime Minister Dr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Right now, in all over the state, all over the India, even every state, there is eco clubs running now. Especially in Odisha, there are 14,250 eco club schools are there, and in my district, Ganjam district, that is 500 eco clubs are there. I think eco club is a ray of hope for the sake of the nature, so far my concern, because I covered the 500 schools. Out of 500 schools, 100 schools are rightly, they are functioning properly and also giving the right direction to the students. Some of the highlights I am going to express before you, that as you know, a species that is known as olive ridley. Have you ever seen, please? That is under Schedule 1. Why it is so important? Because one olive ridley gives 130 to 150 numbers of eggs while in the nesting place. But it is very difficult to survive at the adolescence period. Out of 1,000, it is only one. Because so many problems are there. That's why Government of India and Forest Department giving much importance to save that one. And in Odisha especially, there are 3 beaches are there. But one is Rushikulia estuary, that is the most important place in Odisha. This year, 6,37,000 olive riddles are come that place and lay their eggs. That's why even the Supreme Court Justice also visited there. Several times the honorable governors and different dignitaries also visiting that place, because it is very fascinating what type of layings are there. One thing is there, local administration, forest departments are giving much more importance to conservation of that species, and also the local fishery communities, and especially my eco club students are giving much importance. In the month of, I think in the month of November, they are November to February, in the meantime they come to that beach for mass nesting. Before that nesting, forest department, local communities, volunteers, NGOs, especially eco club students are cleaning the beach. Polythene, rubber, glasses, all type of any waste materials they are collected, because it helps them to hatchlings. While why it is so important, why that Rushikulia is so important? Because of its qualitative scent, slow elevation, then it is safe for them. So for the global concern, they are feeling that it is a safe mass nesting place. That's why they are coming there. Eco club students are giving much importance and they are taking care, much more care, because after when the olive riddle is giving the eggs, laying their eggs, and they go back. After 45 days, it automatically it ooze out and go to the sea level. In the meantime, high tide when comes, it washes away the legs also. In the meantime, eco club students are collecting that one and again digging the hole and keep inside the hole. After when they are hatchlings, they are going to see. In the meantime, some problems are there. Some predators are there. They are also taking that one. In the meantime, they are watching the students and they are collecting in a bucket, then throw it in money, going to the send it to the river also. So in that line, in that way, they are helping a lot. That is practically in 4 to 5 schools are there. They are helping the eco-club for conservation of olive reed. Similarly, a remote village, that is Koraput, that is a bright example of Odisha. Who the teachers are telling in the school that don't use polythene. It is very harmful for our society. Students once students told his father, you are going to market, please take a bag. Father acknowledged. What he is telling? No, listen, father, if you go to the market without bag, means you will come with 4 or 5 polythenes. So this is yesterday our teachers told me that you please ever your parents, whenever they will go to the market, they have to keep the bags. That's why I am telling to you. So I am requesting to you, please keep the bag. And from that school it started in the whole district. Koraput district is now, and especially my Ganjam district also, students are using cloth bags. We are also promoting them, and also we are requesting them, you come take the polythenes, you take the cloth bag instead of polythenes whenever you go to the market. Similarly, we are requesting to our students, you come with bicycles, not by any vehicles. You request your parents, they will come to the school, many local, that is rural places, so you come with bicycles. Then use a bicycle is one of the best practice in our Ganjam district, especially in Odisha. We are also requesting the principals also. But then also our Division Collector Kulangi and Dynamic IX officer, who are the Pupils Collector of Ganjam. Last year, right now he is the Bhubaneswar, the Municipal Commissioner of Bhubaneswar right now. He told, Pillati Gachati, one bacha, one pet, one student, one plant. This is the brain dream dream project of our collectors. So right now we are in Ganjam district, we are having 3 divisional forest officers, 3 IFS under their guidance. Above 20 lakh species are there. We have already distributed 18 lakhs samples to all the students. So it is a major program of our schools. Then also plastic free campaign, Save Energy, under the guidance of Center for Inverse Studies, the nodal agency of Odisha, Bhubaneswar. Every year in December 14th, we are celebrating Energy Conservation Day. So we are also awareing our students not to use unnecessarily light and fans whenever there is no parents and nobody is there. So you have to conserve that. Exactly, our school students are totally obeying their rules, and they are also using whenever needed. They are using the light. Otherwise, they are off the switch. Similarly, yes. Rainwater harvesting, some schools are practicing rainwater harvesting. They are practicing for their using for gardening also. Similarly, we are using the cloth bags, rainwater harvesting, green campus. Yes, green campus. These are the different activities we are practically looking, and they are students are right now they are obeying us. So I hope it is the ray of hope in the future. If all the students will be motivated, no doubt it will be helpful for the society. Then also we request our students, dear students, if you plant a tree at your level, at your village, means it won't be help for you, it also help the globe. That's why we have to think globally and act locally, so that we will keep our nature clean, green and safe for the futures. So I think this is the ray of hope for the future generation. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Bates. He has given from a remote point of the remote schools, they are doing these things. There are a lot of things are happening. So sustainable education means not only in the very big things, but in small villages, small towns, people using the clothes. Generally they are using, but now they are also modernized, they are also urbanized. They use the plastics, everything. If people go to a medicine shop, even they ask a small polythene. So I think that is a behavioral change we have to bring, and the students can bring that. I think that one is. We have Sweta from St. Thomas School. Sweta, you can point out something. She is a very good school in Delhi. They are doing a lot of activities on Eco Club. So, any school teacher here? Okay, I will come in. Yeah.
would just like to make 2 points, 2 brief points. First was there was a lot of talk about mindset. How do we change mindsets? And being teachers, I'm talking about teachers from colleges, universities, all of us, we have this onus on us that we have to bring a change because our children look up to us. And the major problem that we face, we have to finish our curriculum and our time, stipulated time is very less. So as ma'am beautifully suggested, I'm just quoting examples from school level because I'm a school teacher, that we do not have to see environmental sustainability as a separate aspect to be taught or to be cultivated by separate activities. It has to be within the classroom teaching. Just 2 examples. This iCard, every school's got an iCard. Every child in the class wears an iCard. So the iCard, if you can give me your iCard, I'm a science teacher and a chemistry teacher. I use the lanyard of the iCard to teach different types of motions, and we learn different types of calculations with the help of this. Also, this base of the iCard, whenever the student wears, it's a plastic base. You can't be having a paper base. You can't replace it. This base is very good for chemistry experiments, for any kind of observations that they can make. Even for 6th, 7th class, they can just bring 2 kind of different seeds. And when you're showing it, please do not use a paper. Please do not use a thermocol base. You can just use your iCard for those kind of things. Don't use pens. Encourage those students who are using recyclable pencils. So by being this, we are not cutting down on the time of our classroom teaching, as well as inculcating sustainable practices. These were a few things, and our school is doing all kinds of food composting, waste segregation, everything we are doing. But our principal ma'am is extremely committed to bring that holistic understanding. So when the students are doing waste segregation, our girls are doing it with our class 4 staff. We do not even refer them to as class 4 staff. So they are themselves saying, Auntie, plastic waste we will bring. You just have to pick it from here and put it there. So they are involved in that. Every day, these 4 girls, and so many of them, bring food scraps from their houses. They clean those food scraps and then give it for composting themselves. They do it in the aerobins themselves. We are not relying on someone else to help us. Our girls do it themselves. That inculcates respect for everyone. So these are the kind of things. Thank you so much. And the second point which I want to make was that as the Eco Club head, Dr. Sabath, his list of achievements is endless. But whatever our small understanding, me and Vinita ma'am is no longer there. We used to head the Eco Club of our school. So for us, whenever we used to remember Sabath sir, we used to say that his greatest achievement is that all the schools think that Sabath sir ke liye hamara school is the most favorite. You know, because when we used to meet for our meetings, and we used to proudly say, you know, sir came to our school twice and he's overseeing this project and that project. And they said, yes, sir came to our school also. So sir was actively involved with us. He was like a family, you know, he used to visit us, keep guiding us. So that is, I think, one of the greatest achievements, sir, and we need you to guide us in the same way again. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Sweta, for the compliment. Hopefully their school is very girls' school, and very nicely they have put up the many things, but very silently. Whenever they very disciplined school, students they themselves do. There is nothing, all these things. I think these are the achievements in schools for the sustainability. Nothing else. We can't do a very big thing, but very small things can also change a lot of things. So next, ma'am. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shikha, and I'm basically from Panchkula. I'm a TGT science teacher in Satluj Public School, Sector 4. It's in Panchkula. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. I would like to answer ma'am's that question that though their students are doing wonders, but the problem that she shared that they forget to turn off the fans and lights. Well, I'm a member of Eco Club as well in my school. So what we have done to inculcate this habit, wherein students will turn off lights and fans automatically. So we have a school parliament, and in school parliament, though the academic achievers, they get the rewards, but what we have done, some students we have selected and we give them certain badges like for power savers and cleanliness in charge. So this sort of responsibility when they get, and with the badge, they are very happy and excited to, this sort of thing push them for taking up the responsibility, and they feel so excited for this. And eventually, with other students, when they look their classmates that they are holding that badge and they are doing that thing in a particular way, so they also develop a sense of consciousness ki, we will also get the badge next time. And then the teacher keeps on changing the position, like for 1 month one child is power saver, and for the next month, so a new student whosoever will be assisting her or him, so we hand over the badge to that child. So this way almost everybody becomes conscious, and this is actually what is happening in my school. And as ma'am also suggested that even I am a science teacher, I use iCard to teach simple pendulum motion. So there are several ways actually, and wherein one thing what I feel is consciousness, to develop a consciousness, and being a teacher, I think that is most important, because I have seen changes in kids. And they are ready to accept the changes, and they teach their parents as well. So one thing what I feel is important is the collaboration of parents, which is very important, because parents are like when a child goes home back, then if he or she says, "Mama, don't waste water, recycle the RO water," then sometimes the mother says, "I don't have time, beta." Then the child says, "I can do that." So this is what actually my students are doing. So I feel really happy because they develop the sense of consciousness, which is very important. So there should be a collaboration of parents, teachers, and children. Then automatically the society comes in. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Very right point you have told about the participation of parents. That was very, very important, because many times what happened, even Delhi we have started when the parent teacher association meeting was there, I told the principals, please give a plan to them. Because there are 2,000, 3,000 parents are coming a day. So distribution of saplings, just like Dr. Bayes told, we have a target, 6 lakh sapling to be given. And I told the principals, please educate them about the plants and give them so that they can plant and other things. So thank you, ma'am. Any teacher, can anybody have a point? Yeah.
Good afternoon, all of you. Myself, Professor Rajiv Pandey. I am professor in Environment and Climate Change Management Department, Civil Service University, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. As I saw a lot of words about consciousness mindset. So here I have bit experience about that problem, and I saw that it can be easily solved through the value education. And luckily I was the coordinator of value education cell at national level, means at college level, where I was teaching in a AKTU system, technical education system in India. So there is a value education, and there is a program for the value education, human values. So the human values may address firstly the individual mindset. They address what is happiness, what is prosperity, what is the actual meaning. So in that way they change the mindset of the peoples. So even the teachers cannot agree. Initially for 2 days there used to be a debate, what is happiness? Somebody says materialistic things, somebody says career related things. So in that way, definition of happiness and prosperity is different. And here we are talking about the sustainability, sustainable education, environment, and at the school levels, eco clubs are there, everything is there. But although the system is there, but the problem at national, international level is aggravating, disaster, vulnerable, day by day, too much, and conflicts between the persons at the family, society, nature level, too much. What is the solution? So we have to think, we have to integrate what the ma'am said, what the other person said, that we have to integrate the values, human values. humanity, what is human values, we have to understand. Humans should have to not be selfish. He have to think because he have better capability, he have to take care of all the aspects of the nature. So we have to build by that values, by that things, and luckily that is going to be inculcated in the school system also. Because at the initial stage, if the mindset of the students, kids will be little bit clear, because here the system is like that. Do you know English? Do you have international exposure? Do you able to earn more and more things? So peoples are running in a race for getting materialistic thing by other things. So in that way, students, children at the school level, there is a requirement, and the students at the school levels also have a very strong grasping, understanding things. They can say that what is right and what is wrong. But the adults may not say. They say that among the boss, no, you are right. So that is the thing. The mindset should have to be changed at various levels, and there should be a proper training, education system at administrative level, at teachers hierarchy level, at the school level, and even the family level. I saw that father also came to attend that conference 7 days, and grandfather also was there, and their children were also there. So in that way, there is no gap. There will be no gap. So I saw that several times that I heard that sustainability. So sustainability, according to my suggestion, it should have to be, and the government is, Indian government also, I heard that at state level, Madhya Pradesh government is working on that. Maybe they will inculcate the value education at the school level from the 6th standard. So that will be very good initiative.
Okay, sir.
Thank you
Very much for the suggestion. Thank you. Value education. Any student? Some comments from the students. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I just have a suggestion that since I have studied environmental science as my AEC subject, so I just want to share that instead of focusing more on the theoretical knowledge, why shouldn't we focus on the practical knowledge more? Because I'll give you an example that our teacher gave us some projects, and the project was go for a nature walk and write your experience in the form of an essay. So what the students did was took the location and simply copied it on ChatGPT and the whole essay came, and the teacher gave them full marks for that. So what we can do is that we can organize a compulsory nature walks or compulsory workshops for the college students or even school students, and I think that now it's a high time that we should do it compulsory rather than doing it voluntarily, so that we have more effective outcomes, and let's have a good start so that they can effectively do greater things in the future, and they can also be a motivation or a torch bearer for their junior child.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Next student. That girl are coming.
Hello everyone, I am a botany honors student from Daulatram College, and I would like to tell you that as a student I have had environmental studies subjects since I was in first grade, and the topics were like same like component of earth and type of pollution, and those same topic followed me till first year of college to my ability assessment course, which was like we need to expand the curriculum. We as theory we know all these topics like Chipko Andolan, Bishnoi movement. These are all very relevant and important for us to know, so as we get aware about this. And I am actually related to the Chipko movement as my dadi used to live in TV Garhwal at the same time with Sundarlal Bahuguna had that movement in his village. So we need to know those kind of things, but as he said that we need to have more practical education, which is really important. I think every one of the students will agree with me. My generation is actually more prone to these cases, as you would have heard Margaret Thatcher saying that we did not inherit this earth from our ancestor, we borrowed it from our future generations. So we are the ones who are more concerned and going to face it more in the coming time. And I have seen that all of my friends and my classmates, we all ever go to a shop, we do not we carry a cloth bag with us. We do not get a plastic bag every time. We do not throw from a moving car or something. We do not trash the public places. These kind of initiatives are taken by our generation. It's our parents who we need to convince more and make them like follow us into these moments. Because I know that my mother used to with the RO water that just used to go to the waste. So now we after I've been complaining about that all the time in the whole society. So now my mother is using that RO water to wash the lawn in the morning, and my father is using it to wash his car. These kind of initiatives need to be taken. And it's only that generation, because I know my grandfather, he used to live in the village, so he knows that what it feels like, the scarcity of water, all these things, and its importance. Just because we are getting these things accessibly to us right now does not mean that we need to forget that what are its importance. So
thank you very much. I think that was very relevant what you said, the storytelling. There is a one component in our Eco Club activity we are started earlier, that was storytelling, like the Chipko movement and other movement, the storytelling sessions. We have conducted many storytelling sessions. Maybe the teachers, your lecturers invite some of the storyteller about the environment so that we can know about the movement and other things on this. Okay, thank you.
So greetings everyone, this is Abhishek Rajans, a third year student of Shahid Bhagat Singh College. So I have some points to make, sir. So the first of all, at the college level, if we are thinking that by teaching a subject EVS for a single semester, that is less than a 6 month, is enough, no, it is not. Because it is a subject which a student remembers only for the initial days, just for the sake of academics. They have to bring the good marks in it, so they are doing it. The second one is climate anxiety. Is a word which is very trending nowadays. So we need to teach the youth or our generation that climate anxiety is something which is in our hand. We can make it or contribute and go back to the situation when again everything will be good. So we have to do the capacity building of the youth or the generation or the present generation. The third one is action oriented. We used to speak everything in the conferences and the places we visit, but we have to focus on the action-oriented approach. That yes, whatever we speak, we do, and we ask others as well to do. So we have to move beyond the boundaries, as sir also mentioned, that we have to make climate change in the non-formal education, like sir mentioned about the value education. So it is very important to integrate climate change or the subjects like sustainability in the non-formal way of education. And the last one, we have to make the actions of climate change measurable. Being a student, I know that if we get the figures in front of us, we are very much happy that yes, I have achieved 10% of it, or I achieved 15% of it. So we have to make it measurable, which will motivate, I think, all the youth and the generation present here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Very good suggestion. We will keep it that, and the recommendation we will send to them the climate things, maybe in the non-formal. Yes, I think you are back. Then coming to that.
Sir, actually my question is already asked by my classmate.
Okay. Then carry on. Yes, you. Yeah, यहाँ पे दे दीजिए.
She wants to ask, I think.
हाँ, ये.
Good morning, everyone. I'm from St. Thomas School, Mandir Marg. It's a girls' school, so I agree with Monica ma'am that maybe girls are a little more responsible. I wanted to make a few suggestions, like students are not serious about the things. If the teacher says ki this is compulsory, you have to do it, then only they are taking it seriously. Otherwise, if like I am a part of Eco Club and if I tell other students that please don't throw plastic waste, we can collect it, send it for recycling. So they are like, no, I will not listen because she is just a student and she cannot dictate me. But if the teacher says, then they are, taking it seriously. So at some point of time, we need the teachers to be involved more so that there can be better changes. And also students should be motivated to understand the process, not just focus on the result. Because we know that especially in academics, they are like, we are studying science. Like in 11th class, if we took science stream, we are studying science. So we just have to learn about gravity and study the chemicals and just get good marks. But they are not understanding that why do we have to study about gravity? What is the importance? So that importance should be known to them. Also, I would like to point out that sir was saying about policy making. So credit should be given to students. Like if two students are taking an initiative in a school and doing some work for the environment, so they should be given some credit, because if they get the credit, then they are motivated and even other students are motivated. Sorry to say, but like some people are like, isko kaise mil gaya batch, mujhe bhi chahiye. So for the sake of that only, but at least they will do some work, so there will be a change. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very nice things here. I think, just coming to that. When you were talking about ladies, I remember earlier our Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit, when she was there. So she always targeted, tell us, whenever we do some campaign, other things, she told us, beta, please target ladies and children. Our environment totally will success if you target on children and ladies. So these two, that was the main good thing. But that if the ladies ever, I think if the, say, just like Bess sir told, if the wives tell to husband, please bring the sabji in a thela, I think everybody will follow. Or if they say, no, I can't allow polythene to my home, I think nobody will object. So I think the whole things depends on the ladies and children. So I think grateful that you people are arranging this. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shivangi. I'm from Miranda House. We have a paper, GIS. So it was in my third semester. What we did, we surveyed our North Campus about single-use plastics. We went to every area of the North Campus. We were divided in groups. We surveyed, we visited different shops, and we collected data. So what we found out was, if the shopkeepers are not selling, not giving them a plastic bag, and they are telling the customers to buy a paper or cloth bag for 5 to 10 rupees, people are not interested, because they can get a polythene bag outside for free from a fruit seller or a street vendor. So they are not interested in buying those bags. And we also found out there is lack of awareness among people about using single-use plastics. What we did, we surveyed, we awared people about single-use plastics. Even we are a campus free of single-use plastics, and we did aware people about SUPs and its impact on the environment. So somehow we learned, we scored good marks also, and it depends on the method of teaching the teacher is using. Like it's GIS, we just have to make maps about different. We could have did a research project on a state also, but we did a field work. So it depends how teacher teaches it. It was not written in our syllabus, it was nowhere, but we did makes of our North Campus, and we showed the percentage of people using single-use plastics and people using a cloth or a paper bag. So we made bar charts, bar graphs and all. So we know how serious is the problem of single-use plastic. Now we have a habit of carrying a cloth bag whenever we go out for buying groceries and all. Whenever I go home, my parents are seeing me that I wear a cool cloth bag. So they are also they found it attractive. My mother also uses a cloth bag now, and whenever she goes out, taking that cloth bag, other ladies in the society also found it attractive, and they follow her. So this is the way how we as students can make a change in the society. Our teachers taught us, we learned from them. I'm teaching my parents how to do that. So it depends on us how we make the change in the society.
Very good thing you told, and that was the whole idea. We have to spread the knowledge on sustainability to everybody. Whole school, whole college, whole university, whole society, whole home. I think we have to take that pay forward for the sustainable education. So I think.
Sir, one thing.
Sir, actually, I am really very much concerned about our environment. I found that there is a big gap between the society and our education. We teach everything, you all just revisit, just after the events, whatever we are celebrating in the campus, after the event, just at the end of the day, you see the consciousness, you see the result of education. There will be huge amount of garbage, huge amount of plastics. In the metro station, in nearby your North Campus, I have visited many shops. They are openly they are distributing the single-use plastics, and it has been banned for last 3-4 years. Still, it is in the market.
You are right, but I think you have to do a continuous effort on that.
No, sir. Actually, the main four concept, that is reduce, reuse, recycle, and repurpose, that should be imbibed. That should be imbibed in every mind of the society.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your concern, and we will definitely do the activity on this. I think we will coming to maybe another 10 minutes. So I just request our panel just one sentence after all hearing everything. So Dr. Suraj, just a final round, one sentence on this.
Yeah, it was a nice discussion, in fact, and I will say it's also a learning opportunity for me, because we have been working for a long time, for almost 20 years, but from only one perspective. And as we say that environment is very broad and diverse, a lot of information was also not available to me, and maybe I will go back and see from a different perspective. We have always been considering waste. For us, waste is industrial waste. We never considered about urban waste and all this type of plastic waste or something. Like Madam told that nobody is switching off the fan or light, that's a problem. At least I have never considered it as a problem because of the volume or the number. If somebody will say that the loss of energy in the industry, I am interested. If somebody will say that it is at home, I am not interested, because I did not understand. So now it's a learning lesson for me, and I think I'm going back with a lot of information with me. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I have learned so much from your comments. I think my insight is that sometimes it's so difficult to see the changes in a short time, right? I know every school is doing a very good initiatives, but it's so hard for the students to see the changes in the society. You said, like, you know, there are gaps between the education and the society, but we never give up. And then we are the educators at the university, and one of the most important role of the university now is to connect the local community's issues with the global issues. That is, I think, our academia's role. That sometimes because the teachers and students at schools are focusing on one topic and one issues in the local community, but they don't know what it means to the whole society or whole planet. So we have the role for us to let them know this is so important to the whole earth, and what you are doing is so important to us all, even though you can't see the changes in a short time. And transformational education is leads to your change the mindset. It's the most important thing. Not just the custom or habits or behavioral changes, but the thing lies in our mindset, right? So we have many roles as an academia that we have to lead to this level of the transformation, not just the behavior or happenings or structure of that society, but the problem lies in our mindset. So we have to change that one. So I keep this in mind, and I'm so glad that we can share so much with you, even though our situation is different, but we can share so much. Okay. Thank you so much.
I would like to say I learned a lot from the students actually. They have given the right thing. Ma'am has from India House to have very right thing. Ma'am has also told to have a good mindset is main equipment, the component that is highly essential, that is to be done. Thank you.
thank you for this enrichful session. We got the opportunity not only to learn from the panel members, but from our distinguished teachers and worthy students also. So my learning key takeaway from this session, which I really, awareness is very, very important. Mindfulness, eco-friendly lifestyle, green practices, awareness, collaboration, and engagement of students, especially in outdoor activities, and change of the mindset are the learning and the important key takeaways for me from this session, which I would be not implementing into my lifestyle, but would also ensure my students, our teachers also would be implementing same into their day-to-day life. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Sir, one thing I want to say before you. In 2005, there is a NCF, National Curriculum Framework. There is a topic. The students who go outside the classroom, beyond the classroom situation, and they can learn the different activities. But unfortunately, it is not functioning properly so far, my knowledge. If it will be properly functioning, some students are asking the question, rightly it will be solve the problems. Next, one thing I may request to Dr. Sabath, sir, like NCC, if some marks are added to the NG students, that is National Green Corps, that is Eco Club students, I think it will be better and students will be more interested towards join in the Eco Club like NCC, if it will be. So I think I am requesting to you, please, let the matter may kindly be initiated to the, inform to the Minister of Environment and Government of India, so that it will be better. Last but not least, I am telling, right now those students are here, may I appeal to all the students, let us start from yourself for the safeguard of environment. Please start. If it will, charity begins at home. So those who are present students are here. Please let us start all the eco-friendly works from yourself. Then it will be automatically change. Now action-based work is badly needed instead of awareness. Thank you.
Thank you very much, all the panelists that we have gathered a lot of knowledge from the audience and the teachers, students, many more things just to have gathered. I hope these things we can make in our recommendation. There are two, three things I have noted. One is the environment lab for the colleges, because everybody has a biotechnology lab, physics lab. All, it is not for your college. You will be surprised, there is a school in Delhi, Sanskrit school. They have an environment lab way back in 2002. Very big lab they have made, the environment lab. Now many schools they have environment, EBS lab, EBS room they have done. But I think they will get a good suggestion to our Ministry of Environment and Forest that environment lab will be there. Second thing is the NGC students, how they go to many. Rasmi ma'am, can come to here. You are a principal, you are waiting for a principal. So just a few minutes we are go away. So then I think that was we will say, and one student what he said about the nature trail, I think I request all of you, you please train your students to be a guide. What you told, because Raman sir and madam, all the teachers, they are very good experienced things. When you take them to out, they are taking the students in Vairavati Park and other places. But if the teacher, students can learn something to guide, I think that will be the, now there is a career, nature guide. And they are paying 5,000 rupees per hour. Because we are assigned to do some work for nature trail. When we advertise, students they come, but they say we don't know, we have to give a training. So I think these are some of things our non-formal area we did. So we'll make all the recommendation. I will put in the recommendation. I will send. Let's see how it can be happen. So we welcome Rasmi ma'am. She is principal of DAB Puspanjali. Maybe she can throw light few things on environment. How your school is doing in this sustainability program.
Well, first of all, profound apologies for being so delayed. Well, as a school, I have a school which is in a 4-acre land, and it has got about 4,000 plus children. The first and the foremost thing that we work on is a very active eco club, for which again the credit goes to Dr. Sabath, because I think when he was in the Delhi government, it was he who was very passionate about, with the Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit ma'am, he was very passionate about instilling this concept of awareness for the environmental aspects of individuals, and that is what we do. So as a school, we start this at a very early age, right from class nursery and KG, when we instill the concept of rearing a plant. It's a very small thing, but I think that is where they become aware. Then secondly, as a school, we are an absolutely no plastic zone. We are an absolutely a school where we do not use even flex boards. We are so particular about all these kind of things. So I think this is what we keep telling children, is that every little bit that they do does contribute in the long run. And Eco Club goes out into the environment, into the society, and does a lot of activities which are actually taken up by them in their own lives, and they become ambassadors for further aspects in their own careers and otherwise as a member of society. So I think a profound or a more longer work of activities can be shared, and I think I can share it with you, sir, when it is required to come down to a policy decision, and we can put it into implementation. Thank you very much for hearing me out.
Thank you, Rasmem, for sharing the things. We are very late. I think lunch is outside waiting for you. So we are concluding the sessions, and thank you very much for all our panelists and all our audience. So thank you. Now we request the people to give the memento to our panelists. So Professor Tripathi. This was organized by the KIT University Bhubaneswar, so we have given a KIT memento to them.
Thanks.
So thank you. For me, you give. I will take from student. आप इधर आ जाइए. आपसे ले लेंगे ना. Conclude the program. We invited to launch for everybody. Please go on. Thank you. Yeah, please. All up can have a group photo, please. Just I forget. Yeah, यहाँ आ जाइए. All you can come for a group photo. Everybody, please come. Please. Please come, please. ऑर्गेनाइज सर मैडम टीचर्स हैं आ जाइए प्लीज ऑर्गेनाइज
I would request students if you can slightly move down, the teachers they can come at the back.
Yes, आ जाइए. आ रहे हैं सब आ रहे हैं. आगे आ जाइए.
Students, please. Those students are there. Please come to front. Madam, yes, you please come.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Really, it is a beautiful session.
बहुत अच्छा लगा आपसे मिलके.
Thank you.
We like to be in touch with you.
Thank you.
Can we have your
मैडम एग्जॉस्ट कर दीजिए. वो अपन को दे देंगे.
Thank you.
Hello, ma'am. No, in my
I am a university teacher, but I work with many
community schools.
Yes, and the community schools, and we created the
How
network.
long you will stay here?
I am leaving very soon, like in 40
I just
minutes.
want to Yeah, invite you to our college. So next time. Yeah. Do you have any card? I will ask, sir. I will ask.
Maybe I'm running out of my cards. Sorry.
Thank you. We'll be in touch.
Yes, I think so. I think I have received it, but I'm so sorry. I wasn't
I know, I'm sorry.
attention.
So send me a digital copy of your card later.
Yes, this one, right?
Yeah, that's one.
Nice of you, thank you.
I was going to ask,
Yeah?
you go to community schools for awareness and training, right?
Yes, training, and also I support the teachers, networking and co-learning process. So I do the research about the teachers and who involved with this kind of networking regarding the sustainability education and how they grow and how they develop their professional.
So I also go to a few schools.
Oh yeah?
To raise awareness among students.
What